Right, let's close this patient up and get ready for the next intake. Ow! Keep the pressure. What you give me more light? I can't see a thing in here.
The lights are as bright as we can get them, Dan.
Rubbish! That's rubbish! I need more light. Damn it, I said I need more light!
Darkness by DJ Britton.
Okay. Lower away.
Right.
Now keep it steady. Steady. Dan? Dan, you're on your way down, mate.
Gotcha, Mike. Going down. Speak to you next year.
Oh, wait, Dan!
Shutting off now.
Dan!
Look after Caroline.
Dan! Hell. Pig-headed fool. Okay, take it slow. And keep it steady. We don't want the capsule bumping the sides.
Stuck in this hole in the ground, sobbing it's all around.
In a dark time, the eye begins to see. I meet my shadow.
On here, 2 minutes, Caroline.
All right, I'll be there. 4 months without a word. And on the day he disappears into the darkness, he sends me a letter. No, a poem. He sends me a poem. In a dark time, the eye begins to see. I meet my shadow in the deepening shade. I hear my echo in the echoing wood. Oh, what are you trying to say, Dan? What is it?
Caroline?
Coming. I'm coming.
Okay, going down. Oh, Doctor, I'm in trouble. Well, goodness gracious me. 1:45, when they closed the hatch. My last time index. Her life is ruled by the clock. The news on the hour, every hour.
With Caroline Walters.
The voice of a nation, taking its own pulse.
A British medical researcher has begun his attempt on the world record for sensory isolation. Dan Walsh is being lowered in a steel capsule to the bottom of a disused mine shaft in Kent, over 1,000 feet beneath the Earth's surface. Mr. Walsh, who until earlier this year was running an emergency surgery unit in Iraq, plans to remain in darkness, out of contact with the rest of the world, for up to 9 months.
Boom-ba-dee-boom. Ba-dee-boom-ba-dee-boom. Well, goodness gracious me.
All okay on the winch, Steve?
Going down slow and steady.
Professor Michael Gebhardt?
Mike, it's Caroline. Is it all going okay?
Caroline, I thought you said we'd be up to our necks in news cruise.
Busy day, Mike.
Ah, I heard. Cabinet Minister caught in bed with 3 footballers. I've got a media conference in a couple of minutes, and who's here? Local paper, local radio, and some kid from New Scientist.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
Your lot are probably waiting for something to go wrong.
Oh, don't say that.
Then there'll be honours like vultures.
How was Dan?
Same old Dan. He told me to look after you. I would like to do that, you know.
I just keep thinking he wouldn't even look at me, Mike, that last time.
And he doesn't know a good thing when he sees it. Tell you what. Next weekend, you're a star to Paris. How about it?
Steady as she goes. Passing 50.
Let's get him safely to the bottom. And then we'll talk about it.
Oh, Doctor, I'm in trouble. Come on, concentrate. Concentrate. My little world. My little capsule of darkness. My own steel shell, 10 by 8 by 8. An exoskeleton. A carapace within which to withdraw the soft parts and hibernate. Right, must remember where everything is. To my right, the food cabinets. To my left, water supply. Ahead, rowing machine, exercise bicycle. Hands, body, must learn the space. Every centimetre of every surface of this space. I can hear the blood pounding in my ears. It goes boom, boody, boom, boody, boom. 6 months ago, 7, face to face with the voice for the first time.
Look, this suit may be dry, but it's not by any stretch of the imagination clean. Look at this mark.
What mark?
Oh, excuse me, sir, can you see this mark?
Oh, well, I can't really tell. I haven't got my glasses.
Oh, just here, look.
Yeah, it does look like a mark to me, yes.
Yeah.
I can't see nothing.
Well, that explains it. I've had my suit cleaned by a blind assassin. Give the jacket to your guide dog. He'll show you the mark.
It says on the ticket we don't give no guarantees. I'll get the manager.
Fine.
Not paid enough for this.
I'm sorry, but could I take your details? I might need you to back me up.
Oh, sure, yeah. Wait, I've got a card here somewhere. Look, are you all right? You're shaking.
Yes, it's just... The suit was important, that's all. Daniel Walsh, FRCS. You're a surgeon?
Well, sort of. It's a bit hard to explain. I know who you are. Know the voice anywhere.
The death toll from last night's car bomb has reached 28, including 4 children. But as our correspondent Michael Hart reports, the situation remains unclear.
Rules of the game. No light, no contact, no time checks.
News on the hour, every hour.
My grandfather's clock was too large for the shelf, so it stood 90 years on the floor.
So what we're looking at in this experiment is the effect that isolation and lack of visual stimuli have on the way we think and function, and how they affect the human body clock.
Haven't the French done that already?
Oh, only some of it. Michel Siffrey spent 7 months in a deep cave in 1972, and when he emerged, his body clock had slipped by 60 days. But we are also investigating the effect that the absence of light has on the physiology of the eye. Now, we know, for example, that if newborn mice are kept in the dark, the growth of certain spiny structures in the visual cortex is impaired.
The dendritic spines.
Yes. Very good. It's how darkness affects the pathways to the brain that interests us.
But he'll have no light at all?
No.
And no human contact?
That's right.
Why wouldn't you look me in the eye, Dan? At the end, you couldn't even look me in the eye.
Voice. Always my biggest weakness.
In a dark time, the eye begins to see. I meet my shadow in the deepening shade.
Latte for me. Double espresso for you.
Great, thanks. Sorry about that in the cleaners.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, I'm afraid I live on this stuff at work.
Well, I guess you're young and resilient. Cigarette?
Thanks.
So, why is the suit so important? Wedding?
No, audition. Camera test. News 24.
Oh, I don't watch much television.
You recognised me from the radio. I don't get much of that.
Well, you're very good. You explain it all so well.
Oh, I don't write it. I'm just a performer. I trained as an actor, not a journalist. But, what about you? What did you mean, sort of surgeon?
I'm not practicing at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah, on a research break. Tell me, is it true you guys read the news in evening dress?
Must be difficult trying to explain this stuff to the general media.
Part of the job. And with luck, it'll put the broader sensory studies agenda on the map.
Where headlines lead, funding follows.
Nothing wrong with popular science. Nothing at all. Steve, how deep now?
200, and everything's looking fine.
Voice, sound, touch, smell. All my life, Almost as if I was being prepared for this. Okay, so above me, bunk bed. Feel the rungs of the ladder. From the bed, I can touch the roof of the capsule. Learn to trace the textures. Smooth steel, hard plastic, soft padding. Barney Google, with his googly eyes. Barney Google. Complete darkness. Weird. Space already seems bigger. Stretch out my arm. My fingers feel a mile away. Well, there was I, stuck in this hole, hole in the ground, so big and so around it was, and there was him, standing up there. Here, Professor Gebhardt, my mate Mike. Knows what people want to see and hear. Cardiff Uni nowadays, no great welcome for middle-class English boys. Mike says he's from Millwall. His old man's an NHS worker. Turns out Dad's a consultant at some great pile in Blackheath. That's Mike. Hypothesis to proof without a blink. Still, a mate's a mate. Got me a job when I needed it.
Oh, for goodness sake, Dan. Your office is like the black hole. What are you doing?
Thinking.
Mm-hmm. With the light off.
Well, I find it helps. It's what us researchers are paid to do, see? Think about things, come to conclusions.
Oh, good. I'll put that in a funding proposal then.
Well, you could. Only you'd have to tell them what I was going to think before I thought it. And this, what I'm doing now, or was until you came in, is sort of exploratory thinking.
Look, Dan, I was glad to find you a place in the unit, and I know what you've been through. But I don't...
But it's been 6 months, and people are beginning to ask questions.
I need to show them something you're working on. I'll put your name on this.
What is it?
SAD syndrome. You know, seasonally affected disorder. Why people get the blues in the dim, dark months of winter.
Yeah, okay. Look, switch the light on as you go. I'll take a look.
Sexy stuff at the moment. Gives office workers an excuse for not showing up on November Mondays. Oh, very Michael Caine.
What?
The new glasses.
Oh.
Dan, I need you to do this.
Yeah, I said I'd take a look.
Good. Fancy drink after?
Well, yeah, okay, a quick pint. I'm meeting someone.
Ah. If it's another lab assistant, Dan, people are talking about that too. The Doctor Who and Rose thing, you know? Not a good look when you're past 40. You can't go on behaving like a med school love rat.
She's not a lab assistant.
Good. Oh, and Dan, I may not be able to see the smoke in here, but I can smell it.
I'm a contemplative. No smoke, no think.
Well, don't do it. You'll get me sacked.
Look, be a good boss now. Cover for me. Not easy being a contemplative growing up in Pontypridd. Hello, mother. Hello, father. All in the genes, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, meet the genes. Here I am at Camp Granada. Yeah, from Dad the singing, comic songs, the ultimate distraction from everything. And here I am, singing novelty numbers down the pit, like he used to. Singing novelty numbers when his number was up. It wasn't the cough that carried him off, it was the coughing that carried him off in. From the fags. The fags and the darkness. Molly Wingley, she smokes like a chimney, but she's my little nicotine.
Nice meal.
Well, thanks for coming.
You ought to know better.
Huh?
Smoking.
A good old al fresco, friend to the sad smoker. You want one?
Thanks.
I do know better. Just choose to ignore what I know. You?
Tool of the trade.
What?
How do you think I got this lower register?
I think I quite like your lower register.
That sort of talk could get you into trouble.
If I'm lucky, eh?
Anyway, I must be mad. How many people make a conscious decision to take up smoking?
It has its uses in my job, too.
Such as?
International language of tobacco. Share a cigarette with a gunman, he's less likely to shoot you.
Oh.
No, I was with CMI, Crisis Medicine International. I did orthopedics, trauma surgery.
Oh, I see. Where?
Oh, lots of places. Iraq. The last place was Iraq, Baghdad. Oh, it must be a power cut.
It's not just here. It's all the way down the street, look.
Oh, we'll have to walk home in the dark.
I don't mind. I quite like it.
No?
I like the thrill of being in the dark and not being sure where things will lead.
Sounds dangerous.
Could be. Shall we go?
Love in the dark. Bedrooms across the world. That's how it happens. A newborn baby hears, smells, nuzzles and tastes its mother long before it opens its eyes. Then it begins to see and forgets how to use the other senses. How would it feel to be a bloodhound or a grass snake, sniffing the world, flicking a tongue to taste the air? Why do we choose this unreliable sense of sight? Not exactly Hawkeye, do we? But then, we're not the most sensitive of species in any way.
What a woman, huh? Not only buys the drinks, but goes to get them. You have uncovered a gem, my son.
I know that, but look, be a bit careful when you talk to her, will you?
About what?
About me, Mike. I think she could be... Well, I think this might be...
A love thing? I do not believe it. Dan the man goes gooey over Weather Girl.
She's not a weather girl.
I know. Well, what's to be careful about?
Everything. Especially about the last few months, since I've been back.
You were exhausted.
Like some sort of mist came down.
Well, exactly. Nervous exhaustion. They sent you home. There's nothing wrong with that. You needed a rest from the old bone saw.
Yeah, so I come home and go straight off the rails. You know what I mean, Mike? The women and so on.
Displacement activity, I think we call that, mate.
Yeah.
Like whistling in the dark.
If you like.
Now it's time to put your pipe away.
Right, all right, that's enough. I shouldn't have said anything.
Hey, take it easy.
I just don't want her thinking I'm some kind of emotional cripple.
Oh, lighten up. It'll be fine. Anyway, did you read that Seasonal Glooms research paper?
Yeah. To be honest, I think it's tosh.
Hey, come on.
Well, in Baghdad, people were about as depressed as you can get. And the sunlight there is like a flaming laser. It's about circumstances, not daylight.
Oh, you're missing the point. I'm talking about the UK. Solve winter absenteeism and we could save the country billions. It's got funding written all over it.
Mike, does SAD affect the blind?
What?
Well, I was just thinking about my mum, If someone was in the dark all the time, well, effectively in the dark anyway, would they suffer from this seasonally adjusted stuff?
Oh, I don't know. What are you trying to say?
Well, maybe that's your experiment. Does permanent darkness lead to permanent psychological gloom? It's a starting point, anyway.
Well, it's a bit unsophisticated, but I suppose we could build in other stuff. Here are the drinks.
Sorry, it's like bedlam in there. Had to shout to get served.
Here, give me the tray. Oh, hell. Missed the edge of the table.
What's up with you? You're always doing that.
There's no harm. It's not much spilled. So, Mike, you two have known each other a long time?
Oh, yeah. We've been mates since we were 17. Whether we know each other is another question. Dan says you're on the radio.
Yes.
Great. When are we going to see you on the telly?
Don't jump off the roof, Dad. You'll make a hole in the yard. Mum at the table in a house where the singing had been buried. Fag in one hand, cowboy novel in the other. from the little library. Zane Grey, prairie dogs, big skies. Dream reading. Then her eyes went. In comes the dark. And all she's got left are 4 walls. 5 steps across, 5 steps back. Always put the chair back in the same place, or you'll trip. If you must end it all, Dad, won't you please give us a break?
So, I thought I might ask her to move in. Give it a try.
And that's all.
Well, that's a lot, isn't it?
Sounds okay.
Meaning?
No ring. Better for the rest of us, that's all. Still a window of opportunity.
Sleazeball, find your own woman.
Only jealous. You, eating that sausage or what?
In Baghdad, I operated on a girl whose leg had been severed by a blast bomb. After the operation, she could see with her own eyes that she had no leg from her mid-thigh downwards, yet she complained of pain in her toes. There were no toes, yet she could feel them. Sight is not everything. It cannot be everything.
Ta-da! How do I look?
Fine.
Fine as in acceptable or fine as in exceptional?
Oh, I'd say both.
Dan, this dress cost a fortune. I wanted to show you first. So, do you think people will notice me?
Of course they will. Who?
At the awards.
Oh, is that tonight? Oh, well, I was looking forward to having a bit of a talk.
Are you the only person in the world who doesn't take television seriously?
No. I know quite a few people who'd rather have a supply of clean water than watch Deal or No Deal. Anyway, I thought you were up for a voice prize. What's that going to do with television?
Well, the awards are cross-media, but most of the people there will be telly types. You know, sequins and acres of flesh.
What about the women?
Very funny. So, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, you know, us.
Oh.
Is that all right?
Very all right. Can we do it tomorrow? I'm clear from about 8.
Sure. Terrace restaurant, 8:30?
Okay. Lovely man.
No light, no sight. Then, what images in the brain? Those shaped by sound, by touch, but by smell. Images stored deep within. Memory banks, like a personal hard disk. You think it's deleted, but it's not. It's all there. Baghdad and bombs. And Mum's little room. And the novelty numbers wheezing out like an asthmatic accordion. Your boomerang won't come back. My boomerang won't come back. My boomerang won't come back. Fragile. The human body. Bag of water, not much more. Bones are the strength, the hidden strength. After a bomb, the invisible becomes visible. Flesh blown clean away. No, not clean, but away, exposing the whiteness, the shattered strength. The keen eye of the surgeon. Fixed some, failed to fix a hell of a lot more. Hands, feet, legs, arms. And then it begins to blur. It blurs.
I meet my shadow in the deepening shade. I hear my echo in the echoing wood. Dark, dark my light, and darker my desire. Why wouldn't you look at me, Dan? Why?
Caroline!
Mike,
You look gorgeous.
I didn't expect to see you here.
Scientific advisor on the Teenage Behaviour Show. 12 kids, one island, no mobiles, no iPods, no PlayStations. That's what I call sensory deprivation. What about you?
I'm nominated for a Plummy, the Golden Voice Award.
Oh, no Dan.
Oh, voice nominees only get one ticket.
Right. So I gather it's all systems go for you two.
Is it?
That's what I've heard. Oh, it's great. Great. I mean, so he's got a bit of history. Who hasn't? Good to see he's found someone to straighten him out. Look, when's your section being announced?
10 o'clock.
Main stage? Be sure to wave to me when you get your gong, hey?
No, the radio stuff's in room B30, whatever that is.
Oh, B30? I think that's in the basement.
Listen. Listen. Listen outside. Listen inside. If you must end it all, Dad, won't you please give us a break? Mum's favourite, remember? Just take a walk down the park, Dad, and then you can jump in the lake. Listen.
Mike, can you hear something?
No. Can't hear anything.
The winch, the notes changed.
Oh, notes changed. Clutch, probably. Nothing to worry about. Listen with the ear of your heart. The sticking power of a Catholic education. Saved on the hard drive forever. St. Benedict, that was. Listen with the ear of your heart. 8 years old. Waking from a dream with a massive ear coming out of my chest. And I know that whatever it picks up is connected straight to my heart. And down the stairs, I can hear Dad singing and coughing, and Mum laughing, and the smell of her cigarettes. Everything, all of it, on the hard drive.
Sporty number. It's yours.
It's Caroline's. I borrowed it.
Saw her last night at the awards. She looked gorgeous. Where are you off to?
Eye doc. These new glasses are crap. I feel like I'm peering through a plastic bag.
So much for the Michael Caine look, eh?
Yeah, and with you drooling over my woman, I might just go on to the jewellers afterwards.
You and a band of gold? No way.
You wait. Anyway, I've designed your experiment. Dictated it this morning. It's on your desk.
Ah, good. Great.
Only we'll need some volunteers. I better go. See you later.
Yeah. Make sure you get a receipt so you can take the ring back when you get cold feet, eh?
Up yours, Blackheath boy. Come on. Concentrate. To my right, the food cabinets. To my left, water supply. Ahead, rowing machine, exercise bike. Trace the textures. Smooth steel. Hard plastic. Soft padding. What the hell's going on with the winch? Got it wrong. He's got it wrong. Stupid ophthalmologist. It's the stress. Gotta be the stress. Yeah.
We all want to be wanted. So, all right, I want television. I go to auditions. Rejection after rejection. And when I ask why, they look away. Just like Dan. He wouldn't even look me in the eye. The performer's curse. To crave approval and be served silent rejection. Eyes that look away. And now he sends me this. A man goes far to find out what he is. My soul, like some heat-maddened summer fly, keeps buzzing at the sill. Which eye is I? What is it, Dan? What are you trying to tell me?
All in the genes, is it? Well, cheers, man. Thank you so much. Depends which form you have, he says. Happens to a lot of older people. But I'm not old, for Christ's sake. I'm only... Look out! Where the hell did she come from? I didn't see... God, I nearly hit her. Calm down. Calm down. Rapid macular degeneration. Blurring of the vision from the centre outwards. Leaving only sight at the edges of the eye. And then... Let's see what he's written to my GP. Mr. Walsh has presented with what appears to be a rapidly advancing case of macular degeneration. He is young for this, but family history and heavy smoking may be factors. God. Oh, God.
She's slipping all the time, Mike.
What's the depth?
600, 620, 630.
Right. The official leaflet. Central vision blurred or distorted. Objects take on unusual size or shape. Sight loss usually slow. Most aggressive form can destroy central vision in 2 months to 3 years. 500,000 sufferers in the UK, mostly over 50. So, that's it. I'm a surgeon, for God's sake. Was a surgeon. What the hell use to anyone am I now? Please, Mr. Custer. Please, Mr. Custer. Not this. Not blindness.
Not so unusual, is it? Wanting people to look at you, to like what they see. Then the truth worms its way out. The voice is lovely. The face is wrong. I don't have the TV triangle of trust. Mouth too wide, eyes not wide enough. But Dan loved my voice. He wanted the voice. Dan, whatever you want to say, it's okay.
Sorry, I'm just looking for the words.
I don't mind how we do it. I just want us to be together.
Caroline, please. I've been setting up an experiment with Mike.
Yes, I picked up your proposal. 4 groups of 3 people deprived of light for 6 weeks at a time. What's that got to do with us?
Well, I've changed my mind. 1 man in total darkness for as long as possible.
Pretty extreme.
Well, I think it can be done. At least it'll make me give up smoking.
You? No.
I can't ask anyone else to do it.
No, because it's mad. Why? Why are you doing this?
Mike needs something big. I owe that to him.
That's not it. You don't have to do this. You're choosing to do this. What about me? I thought we were... Tonight...
I'm sorry.
What are you running away from, Dan? What is it?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Dan, please. Look at me. Look at me.
Here, better take your car keys.
720, 730.
OK, hit the emergency brake, quick.
Jeez.
Thank God. Stopped.
Well, see if he's got the channel open.
Dan? Open the channel, Dan! Dan!
Emergency light. Audio channel. Where's the switch?
The line's dead.
Drop must have broken the communications wire.
It shouldn't happen. There was miles of slack. Probably pulled a plug.
Try and ease it back up.
It's no good. Strip the gears.
Come on. Come on. Channel switch. Emergency power. Here somewhere.
No good, Mike. There's no connection. Poor bastard. He'll have no idea what's going on.
Number 10 and the football authorities have issued statements dismissing the allegations as mischievous and utter fiction. And news just in. An accident in a scientific experiment has left a researcher trapped 800 feet below ground. Daniel Walsh from South Wales was in a capsule being lowered down a mine shaft when a fault occurred in the winching equipment. We'll update you on that story as soon as we have news to hand.
Hello? Hello? Mike? Steve? Anyone there? God, what's happening?
Oh, come on, pick up. Pick up.
Gabbett.
Mike, I'm just getting in the car. What's happening?
Look, I don't know yet. We're checking the main cable.
Have you spoken to him?
No. Communications are down.
I'll be there as quick as I can. Call me with any news.
How long have I been sitting here? No idea. Seconds. Minutes. Tens of minutes. I don't know. I just don't know. Whoa! All right, keep still. Keep still. Don't rock the boat, eh? They'll send help. They will. They will. Think. Remember. Remember. We're not born afraid of the dark. We learn it as children. That what we can't see must be terrifying. Yeah, rubbish. Most of the real cruelty in the world happens in full daylight. Think.
What the hell was that?
Sounded like a cable strand breaking.
You read the news, you're outside it. And suddenly you're not. You're reading your own life. God, I'm shaking. Just keep calm. Peppermints. Oh, in the car somewhere. Door pocket. What's this? Department of Ophthalmology. Mr. Walsh has presented with what appears to be a rapidly advancing case of macular degeneration. Oh, Dan.
It's all there in the data. Take away sight, and the visual cortex will lend its unused capacity to the other senses. Yeah, right. So, come on. Ahead, rowing machine, exercise bike. To my right, the food cabinets. To my left, water supply. Above me, bunk bed. Feel the rungs of the ladder. From the bed, I can touch the top of the capsule. And yes, cable housing.
Did you know about this, Mike? Did you? He's going blind.
I had no idea. I promise, Caroline, I didn't know.
Oh, save it for later, you two. We got a bloke hanging on a thread down there.
The army rescue crew should be here any minute. Just keep it steady till then.
If it holds that long.
Yeah. Got it. This one. It to this one. Right. Right. Ooh. A quick look at the top.
Someone's got to do something.
Hello. Mike. Steve, is anyone there?
Give me that. Dan, are you all right?
Caroline? Yeah, I'm fine. A bit shaken. The capsule seems to have spun round a bit, got itself wedged. I can't see too well, but...
Dan, an army crew's on its way.
Thanks.
Dan, I know about the blindness.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe you were right.
What about?
About running away.
Dan, it doesn't matter. Not now.
I thought I'd take a bit of a crash course. 9 months alone in the dark. Funny, it isn't the dark that's frightened me. It's the alone.
Your report wasn't all bleak. It said at your age, you'll have the rarer form, the wet AMD. In lots of cases, it can be treated.
Great, there's a big market for surgeons who are only half blind.
We have to try, Dan.
We?
That's what I said.
Are you still smoking?
No, I gave up.
Good. Keep it that way. What about your lower register?
People will have to take me as I am.
Here comes the cavalry.
Dan, the rescue team's here. We'll soon have you up.
Yeah, please tell them to hurry. I want to see you while I can. Is that all right?
Yes, it's very all right.
Some words go into your data bank in unedited chunks. You see them in your mind's eye like blocks of type. Mr. Walsh has presented with what appears to be a rapidly advancing case of macular degeneration. Not seasonally adjusted, but adjusted for life. And so we sing songs, and we wait. Barney Google, with his googly eyes. Barney Google had a wife 3 times a summer.
A fallen man, I climb out of my fear. The mind enters itself, and God the mind, and one is one, free in the tearing wind.
Barney Google with his googly, oh so googly, googly eyes.
In Darkness, Dan was played by Stephen Rodri, Caroline by Beth Chalmers, Mike by Simon Ludders, and Steve by Nathan Sussex. The reporter was Claire Cage, and the dry cleaning assistant, Dick Bragnam. Darkness was written by DJ Britton, and directed, in Wales, by Kate McCall.